Hey! Hello. Today I get to show you something that I added to my sim rig about 2 months ago, and it's possibly become like my favorite part of my sim rig. And while it really doesn't look like much, this is a pretty great piece of technology. This is the Sensit Haptics MTC-P haptic feedback seat. Whew, I made it. Now, this isn't the first time we've seen a haptic seat for sim racing. In fact, I've already reviewed the HF8 Pro, which I loved at the time, and it's still good, but it doesn't really compare to the Sensit haptic seat. But we will talk more about that a little bit later. And before we get farther in this video, this seat was provided by Sensit for me to review honestly, and I've had it for about 2 months now, so I've really gotten some time at the sim rig with it. Now, in the box, you can expect to find 4 big cushions. Now, let's be clear. The 2 with cables are the only ones that are going to give you haptic feedback. The other ones are just the filler cushions. Let's use the back cushion as an example. As you can see here, a nice braided cable comes out with I think a 6-pin connector? A lot of pin connector, I don't know what that is. And under your chair, ready to receive those cables, is this little box. It has one for the back and one for the bottom. And then it also on the other side has a USB-C to connect it to your computer, and it has its power cable. Now, with this box, it does appear to be 3D printed. I don't know if that's a problem for anybody. It has no weight at all. It even comes with some Velcro that you can Velcro it to the bottom of the seat. That way you can manage your cables. What really matters is that it seems like the cables seat very well inside here with a little tab to pop them back out, as well as the power and the USB seem to seat well inside of the receiver unit. And I'm not sure if you can see this on camera, but my cushion is a little bit tattered. I have a bunch of cats, so I've had this for 2 months, so they're popping their claws on it and stuff. That's just the way it goes with comfy seats. It is made from sort of the same material that it appears that Next Level kind of uses, like this kind of aero mesh to keep you cool. I haven't done it yet myself, but we could pop it open and see what it looks like. The back has 2 larger actuators at the bottom and then 6 smaller ones for the top. This is a good thing though. That means you could take these off and possibly wash them after a billion sweaty race sessions. You dirty boys. That was so stupid. Hit me right in the eye. It is the same process with the bottom. You can get inside here and you can take this out. I don't want to take this out completely, but you can see in the bottom and your butt, your legs, there is 2 big actuators and 4 small ones. Now, being that these are cushion inserts and not an actual pad that you strap to the chair, compatibility is a lot more limited with the Sensit, which to me is its first con. My light's flashing. So in the description, I will include a link to the store page where you can look through the compatible chairs. Now, for me personally, the only bucket that I own is this NRG red bucket seat. And it's not one of their compatible seats, but it does fit good enough to use. So basically, if your chair's not on there, there's a possibility, but I really wouldn't chance it. I would try to find somewhere online where somebody has used your seat before you go making a purchase on this specific product. But I will say limited seat compatibility does make me wonder how many units of this they actually sell. This is definitely marketed towards the more hardcore sim racer, because we're talking the price tag $799. Now, if you compare that to $299 for the HF8 Pro, I would say that we are talking about 2 different leagues of product here, and that's truly what my experience has been. These products are vastly different in the sense of quality and function. My light's flickering again. Okay. Now, with that price point, there are significant differences between these seats. The biggest ones I notice is the clarity of the feedback coming through the seat is insane on the Sensit. The power is much stronger, and whenever it's just, to me, it's just like, in a sense, it's just like force feedback. The motors can handle so much more power that once you do end up cranking it up to the highest point, it's just clearer than if you were to try that on the HF8 Pro. The next one is comfort. In the HF8 Pro, the cushion lining is thin enough to where you feel the actuators. I'm very bony as well, so those actuators can dig in certain points. It's not too bad, but I do feel them. And here, I don't really feel the actuators, which is very nice. Sensit boasts on their website a lot about latency on the Sensit seat. Its latency is way better than the HF8 Pro. I really haven't noticed that. Maybe for some people, that's an insane difference. Also, I think it's worth mentioning that these are magnetic shakers, and these are rotating motors, and you can tell the difference. I basically think that it's kind of like controller vibration in this thing. I think it's like an actual rotating motor. That to me was a huge difference, which also made this a quieter device. The Sensit is a lot quieter. I'm not sure, but that light is, it's bugging again, no. Also note, for both of these seats, I use Simhub. I think Simhub is vastly better than both of their programs. I think that Sensit's program is coming along, and I think it's okay. And freeze. I was actually just about to give you one of the biggest cons about this seat. While I was editing, I thought to myself, you know what, I'll come up here and I'll just give it one more go and just see if I can get this thing to work. And there was an update for the Sensit app. I no longer have the issues that I was about to complain about. They are gone, it is fixed. But now with this having an update, this might just be the way to go, their own software. But I think there's probably a place for both. Well, we certainly tried to make it around that corner. I might have to give this a go over Simhub because I'm gonna gush about Simhub in this video. But since we're here together now, I will just give you a rundown of the Sensit software. So once you open it, when you start a game, it will say right here what game is running, which is very cool. And then once you're over here, you can do the seat and the back intensity, and then you can also adjust what's in them. You'll see here that I can turn on gear shift, and then I can tune it and tell it what motors I want to give me the gear shift. I think this is a pretty intuitive way of doing it. At first it is a little confusing. I'm like, where am I in here? But you can also change the view from right here too. You don't have to actually go back a screen. So now that it's working and I get to experience Assetto Corsa on their app for the first time, let's go ahead and make our own profile. So at the menu, we're gonna go to create new profile, and we're gonna name it Road to Vibration, Blizzard by Trojan, Assetto Corsa, and then save. Ah, here it is. So then we load up our new thing. Now we can make adjustments while we're inside of it. Yeah. It's very nice to see the app working as intended, and pretty user-friendly, to be honest. The operation of this chair is pretty silent too. You might be able to hear it in my floor underneath me, underneath the rig, but from where I'm sitting right now, it's not really creating any noise at all. I can feel it in my bones though, my jaw. Oh, especially when the engine got into that low rumble as I didn't shift down. When the RPMs hit that low point, it got into a really low frequency. Ooh, let's save it, save it, save it. Okay, well, we can't all be perfect. There's a nice jump down here though. I'm sure this will feel nice. See if I can feel the engine. When I get air time down here, let's see if we can feel the engine rev up as my wheels leave the ground. That's so great. I felt, yeah. So when I got off the ground there, the engine obviously revved way up and I got all the high frequency vibrations through the seat. It's that kind of stuff that I love that just adds a little bit more immersion to the rig. Let's go ahead really quick. I want to turn off engine completely and see what road feel feels like through here, because road feel through Simhub feels really good. Let's go ahead and adjust seat to just road feel only. I just want to tune this up to 100 and just see what we're actually receiving from road feel. So this is a little misleading if you can see the screen here. This cushion here has no haptics in it. So this is literally telling, it's giving you the front, back, left, and right of this cushion up here, just so we're clear. All right, so right now I'm doing a test. I'm running my right wheels off the road. I have to say, I feel like I'm feeling the vibration for all of the road feel right now. Like I'm feeling this just as much in the left leg as I am in the right leg right now. Leave the program and let's bring it over to, let's exit it completely and let's open up Simhub. Okay, we should be in now. It looks like it took my game. It says running. Okay, it's working. So let me go set up Simhub the same way. Effects profile. Let's just go ahead and turn some of these off. We want road vibrations. Okay. This is something that Simhub, for me personally, is doing better. Only the right side of my chair is vibrating right now while I go through the grass. But it's simple things like that for right now that will sell me on using Simhub over the Sensit app. Like right now, the left side is not getting anything besides the bumps that I'm hitting on the road. The second I dipped that front left tire off, I felt it in the front left. To me, that is a key difference in making this an immersive experience. And I hope the guys from Sensit see that. Because, yeah, Simhub just does it better here. Yeah, I can feel when I come off those curbs. Yep. I can feel the tire drop off from front to back. It's a more specific vibration. It very much is. So the way I set my Sensit seat up in Simhub and in their app when I tried it is probably different than some people the way they do it. I dial my seat for like immersion. I use my pedals because I have the Simagic haptic pedals. I use those for the tools that I need to drive better, like ABS, wheel slip, traction control. And then I let the seat handle things like gear shift. I like to put my suspension or road textures in the corners, but the important thing is you don't put too much through the chair, because too much just becomes muddy vibration. You just want to make sure to give yourself what you need. So while there is a big price disparity there between these two products, I do think if you have the budget that the Sensit makes a lot more sense to me, especially for a long-term investment, especially if you are one of those people who is really diving in for that immersive experience on your sim rig. And then on top of that, you don't have something like strapped to your chair, which to me is the most unappealing part of the HF8 Pro. You got these cool seats and then this thing is like strapped to them. But like I said, $300. So, and this does the job. So there's your decision to make. All in all, my time with the Sensit MTCP seat was pretty positive, with my biggest con probably being the price if you were a consumer going out and buying this. For the feature of haptics in your chair, for me personally, that is a big spend that I would spend elsewhere on my rig. But if you're to that point where you have everything on your rig you want and you're out there shopping for immersion, I think it's a great place to start. And with a niche product like this, I feel like one of the important things you need is good marketing. And with a great name like Sensit, to be honest, a great name for their company, I feel like they just need to up their marketing game a little bit. So don't worry, I've taken the liberty to make an ad for them. Roll the tape. Are you a sim racer and looking for the ultimate immersion? Do you feel empty inside like you haven't felt anything in years? Well, then consider yourself lucky, because you landed yourself at the International House of Haptics. Aho! That's right, here at Sensit Haptics, we got scientists working around the clock to make sure that your sim racing is as immersive as possible. That's right, this bad boy here has got 14 motors, and that's way more than your grandma's chump change haptic seat insert strappy thing. But if you don't believe me, just listen to one of our satisfied customers. The Sensit haptic seat is really good. I've been using it for quite some time now, and I can feel everything. It really is a game changer. Is this gonna be on TV? You bet your ass he feels everything. That's because he's in a Sensit haptic seat. You're gonna be so satisfied, we're gonna have you vibrating like you just stepped off the back shelf at a Spencer's Gifts. You know what I'm saying? But enough of my yapping. It's time you sit down, shut up, and sense it. Hell yeah, boy! God damn it. Oh. Sensit, you feel free to use that slogan anywhere you like. Sit down, shut up, and sense it. Also, I think it's a positive that Sensit is a haptics company. They are not a company that's dabbling in haptics. That's what they do. So I feel like you're probably getting a more premium version of haptics by shopping through them. But that's pretty much it. As I gather all these haptics, like the Simagic pedal shakers, the Sensit seat, this haptic vest, I'm slowly just becoming a giant human vibrator. So if that's something you'd like to see a video on, make sure and hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.